how to extend your phone battery life and how to preserve your battery in the long time. In this video, we're gonna see some tips and tricks to extend your battery life and prevent any damage in the long run. But before that, let's roll the intro. Hey, what's up? It's always me, Johnny, and welcome to my new video. Today, as you heard in the intro, we're gonna see some tips and tricks to extend your battery life. And in this case, I'm gonna talk about the iPhone battery life. And without further ado, let's start with the first tip. If you haven't seen my latest video on how to preserve your MacBook battery life, just click right here and see how to extend also your MacBook battery life. And in fact, you will find the first tip on this video also on the MacBook video, just because the first tip it is to keep your phone charged between the 20 and 80% of battery. This is just to preserve your battery life in the long time, because it is the best range for your battery, especially for your phone, because the battery will not do that many cycles. As you may already know, the battery has some cycles count, and the more are the cycles on your battery, and the less your battery will last. Every time, don't make your battery do a full cycle, so a 0 to 100 cycle, but just keep the optimized range from 20 to 80%. Second tip, just go into settings right here and just scroll down to battery, click it, and just go into battery health and charging. And here you will see also your battery life. In my case, this is my iPhone 14 Pro Max, and I have it for a little more than a year, and it is still at 100% of battery capacity. And this is a great thing, because this means that my battery is still at its full potential. Anyway, second tip, just make sure to enable this optimized battery charging, because this will learn from your daily charging routine. It charges the phone up to 80% and then it finishes the last 20%, only in case if you use the extra 20%. So as I said in the first tip, it will maintain your phone in the 20 to 80% battery. Third tip, just go here into settings still, just go into general and just go into software update, and make sure to keep your phone updated, because Apple just releases often some updates that includes optimization for battery life. Especially if you have a newest iPhone, just make sure to keep it updated, because as I said, Apple just releases some optimization for your battery. Just go into software update and make sure to have the latest iOS version. Another tip, always here in the settings, just go into general and then just go into background app refresh. So here you can select what application will refresh in the background, and so what application need or don't need some update in the background. So for example, I have the Decathlon app here, or maybe the Disney Plus app, that I don't need those apps to refresh in the background, and so to discharge my battery without any actual use. So I make sure to disable every app that I don't need in the background. Make sure to scroll in these apps and make sure to disable the apps that you don't need. Another tip here in settings, just go into privacy and security right here and just go into location service. So if you don't need any location service, just make sure to disable it. It will extend by a lot your battery, because it will not use any GPS or any tracking on your iPhone. Or just if you don't want to disable the location service for everything, just make sure to enable it for the app that you need the location services, or the app that just requires location service, for example, Google Maps or maybe Maps by Apple. Another setting that you can customize in your iPhone, it is the motion control. So just go into accessibility right here into settings and just go into motion. If you enable reduce motion, it will just disable some animation in your iPhone. For example, I will show you right now, just enable reduce motion, and you can see that I don't have any more animation. When I close the app, it just fades away. We don't have any type of animation, parallax, move, pretty much nothing. And this will extend your battery life by a little bit, but I personally don't like it at all, because I like very much the small animation that iPhone has, and they are so smooth that it's a big loss for me to enable this setting. But anyway, if you are short on battery, just make sure to enable reduce motion. Talking about motion, make sure if you don't use fitness tracking features, you can always disable them in settings right here. So just go always into privacy and security, and then just go into motion and fitness right down below. Just click it and make sure to disable the fitness tracking. This will disable pretty much every fitness tracking, every motion that your phone will detect. So for example, body motion, mobility, step counts, stairs climbed, and just more. It's just written down below. Another setting that you can disable, it is the Siri search, because just go into Siri and search, and then you can disable listen for Siri or a Siri, because this actually consumes battery on your iPhone. So if you don't use the voice command on your phone, make sure to disable it and make sure to click on off, because you will save and extend your battery life by a little more. If you have a Pro models, make sure to disable always on display by going into display and brightness. And if you don't use always on display, just click on always on display and make sure to disable the setting right here. Or if you use always on display, make sure to disable the show wallpaper, because it is just useless, because it's not anymore an always on display in my opinion, and it just consumes a lot of battery. For example, if I lock the phone right now, it shows the always on display like this, so full black with only my widgets right there, and also the clock, of course. But if I click on show wallpaper and I lock my phone, it will show the wallpaper in the background also if the phone is locked, because right now it's unlocked. And in my opinion, it doesn't make any sense to keep this setting enabled, so make sure to disable it if you want to use always on display, or if you don't like always on display because you are used to older iPhone, just make sure to disable it and you will save a little bit of battery life. Always for the Pro phones, so the Pro and Pro Max, starting from the 13 Pro, you can disable the 120 Hz screen refresh rate, and you can set it to 60 Hz, so standard refresh rate for iPhones, especially for the standard models. And you can do it by going into accessibility, just click into motion, click on limit frame rate. It says set the maximum frame rate of the display to 60 frames per second. Or if you want to do it quickly, just go into battery and just enable low power mode, or maybe just add it to the control center right here and enable the low power mode, and it will set your screen to 60 Hz. And with this setting, you will save a lot, but really a lot of battery. But this is one of the main reasons why I bought this Pro version. So I will not disable it, but if I am very low on battery and I know that I cannot charge my phone at the moment, I will make sure to enable low power mode, because it works very good and actually it extends your battery life by a lot. So these were 10 tips and tricks to extend your battery life and preserve it in the long run. So make sure to enable all of this optimization and make sure to keep an eye always on your battery percentage. If you have any other tip, just tap it down below in the comments. It will be helpful for other people who are watching this video. And also let me know if you did like this video, just hit the like button down below because it's free. Subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, because it is free too. As always, thank you for watching my video and I will see you in my next one. Bye for now.